New Yorkers are joined by people from Hawaii and from Belgium to honor this exceptional priest. The leader of the Archdiocese of New York, Cardinal Timothy Dolan, talks about the man who's known as the apostle for lepers.
Everybody loves Father Damien, see? He represents what Pope Francis talks about, the church with a heart. He represents that everybody is made in God's image and likeness. If we have a disease, if we don't have money, if we don't have an immigration status, if we don't have a Wall Street portfolio, who cares? In God's eyes, we're still made in His image and likeness, and we're destined for all eternity, and we're worthy of dignity and respect. Father Damien was an icon of that, so we need his example more than ever.
And so that all may know of that example, 33rd Street in Midtown has a new name. The block between 1st and 2nd Avenues is being renamed Father Damien Way. Assisted by officials of 3 governments, Belgium, Hawaii, and New York City Council member Rosie Mendez, the Cardinal unveils the new street sign. Father Damien was born in Belgium, but is best known for his ministry in Hawaii. He went there and became the champion of those shunned and rejected by society. He volunteered to serve on the Hawaiian island of Molokai, ministering to those exiled to an isolated peninsula because they had leprosy. The paralyzing and disfiguring infection, now known as Hansen's disease, was then untreatable and feared. But Father Damien was determined to provide hope and dignity at risk of his own life. After about a decade, he also contracted the disease, but continued to take care of his fellow patients. As his health deteriorated, a nun from New York, St. Marianne of Molokai, took care of him and continued his ministry. In 1889, Father Damien died from the same illness as the hundreds that he cared for.
He was a Christian. He was a priest.
The president of the Flanders region of Belgium, Father Damien's birthplace, says the saint remains an inspiration today.
In Flanders, the remembrance of Damien is still alive. We learned of Damien when we were young. He's inspiring also people now, human activists, people who fight against Ebola, etc. He's still inspiring a lot of people.
Cardinal Dolan says that this stretch, 33rd Street between 1st and 2nd Avenues, is the perfect place to be named for Father Damien. Right here is the Chapel of the Sacred Hearts of Jesus and Mary, which has the same name as the order that Father Damien joined. Nearby also is the only treatment center in New York City for people with Hansen's disease.
For me, it is an honor rather than a privilege.
Boogie and Ivy Kahili Hiva traveled all the way from Hawaii to witness the renaming. Both have lived with Hansen's disease for decades, though the illness is now treatable and Hawaii's isolationist policy abolished. When they were first diagnosed, they also were forced to live in exile.
I know how it feels. My wife knows how it feels. How to be segregated and how to be different from the patient, not a patient and non-patient. It was a sort of a dividing line, you know.
Following the example set by Father Damien, the Hawaiian government has promised to take care of Hansen's disease patients until their last day on the peninsula in Molokai. Father Damien is now the spiritual patron of these patients and the outcast of the world.
What he did, it's universal, example for all people.
Hawaii, Belgium, and even Washington, D.C. all have memorials to Father Damien. Now New York City has one of their own. Reporting for Currents from Father Damien Way, I'm Katie Breidenbach.